New tonight, neighbors in East Knoxville are raising concern about the future of their local grocery store. Save-A-Lot on Holston Drive closed. A flyer on the door says it's open for remodel, but neighbors worry it won't reopen as a grocery store. 10 News reporter Maria Guzman spoke to neighbors about the new challenge of finding fresh produce. Maria?
Yes, John, an East Knoxville pastor tells me it'll be harder for people in his community to access fresh foods, especially those without a car. He says many in the area will have to rely on just one supermarket.
Your zip code shouldn't determine your access to fresh produce.
Christopher Battle pastors Fern Street Missionary Baptist Church, a church that sits steps away from the Save-A-Lot grocery store.
This area is not only considered a food desert, it's also considered a food swamp. And a food swamp is when there are 4 unhealthy options to every healthy option.
Not only does he lead this East Knoxville church, he also owns Battlefield Farms. It's an initiative to fight food insecurity in East Knoxville.
And just because this is a poorer community does not mean we should be neglected. And so we advocate, we fight to get the fresh produce here.
He started this garden in his church backyard to help supply fresh produce to some of East Knoxville's food deserts.
And right now I just got a few rows of collard greens.
The USDA describes food deserts as an area where at least 500 people live more than a mile away from a supermarket, a term the advocates and neighbors know all too well.
People end up buying things that are really quick and easy to make that won't spoil, so that they don't have to go back often, and oftentimes that isn't going to be fresh fruits and vegetables.
Charlotte Rodina with CAC Beardsley Community distributes about 3,400 monthly food bags throughout Knoxville.
There's a huge disparity in Knoxville between people who can afford fresh produce and those that cannot.
Advocates say people who don't have access to fresh produce and transportation have a higher risk of developing a disease.
Heart disease and obesity and diabetes.
This area has the highest rate of those diseases in the city.
And we did reach out to Save-A-Lot with questions about if and when they'll reopen. A manager at the Save-A-Lot in Broadway says she was informed about the changes to the Holston Drive store and expected to remain closed for the next several months. John.
More to come. Maria, thank you.